currently I'm reading a book called Enchanted Garden by, I can't remember who, but this book was given to me by a sixth form student who reads all the time. That's what she does for fun. And it's this incredible book set in the southern part of America, so it's sort of Louisiana kind of area, and it's about a girl who kind of a woman who tends her garden, and the garden actually has lots of enchanted things in it. And it sounds so kind of tacky when you describe it like that, but it's really beautifully written. The way they describe the food and the plants and her life and her interactions with other people, and then the way people react to them. And it's just, she said to me, it's a book that you're going to want to eat. And she didn't even mean it because of the food references in it, which when people write about food, I generally get hungry. But it's the fact that you just, as soon as you open a page and you start on a sentence, you just want to dive straight in. You want to be immersed in it. And I just love a book that makes me feel like that. So that's what I'm reading right now. Following on from that, I've actually started the book. I've got this terrible habit. I should get myself a bookmark. But as you can see, I fold the page down, which annoys people, I know, when you give them back their books. I should imagine somebody's out there going, I hate it when people do that. This book is Alison Weir's The Lady in the Tower, and it's quite an in-depth historical portrait of Anne Boleyn, who I'm a little bit obsessed with. Because obviously Henry VIII had 6 wives, and Anne Boleyn is probably the most famous because she has all the drama that goes with her. She was the first one to be beheaded. He disposed of her in such a horrible way. But she's also the mother of the first queen, or the first queen of any significance, Queen Elizabeth, who reigned for so many years. And I just feel that Queen Elizabeth wouldn't have been who she was without having Anne Boleyn as a mother. And this really breaks down the sort of historical context and the political rumblings at the time when Anne Boleyn came to power. So it's really fascinating. I want to write a play about Anne Boleyn, so that's a little bit of historical kind of research for me. Another book that I'm looking forward to reading, fictional, is a book called Wide Sargasso Sea by Jean Rhys. And she is she was born in sort of the South American islands, like the Dominican Republic, somewhere down there. And I think she was quite wealthy, but as a person, like the real person, Jean Rhys, was kind of abused throughout her life by her family, by her husbands, by other lovers that she had. And there's a real sadness to the way in which she writes, a real sense of heartbreak, and maybe I'm just a little bit maudlin and depressing, but I kind of like that, and I like the way in which she writes, so I get immersed in her. And Wide Sargasso Sea is actually the tale of a character out of Jane Eyre.
The first Mrs. Rochester.
The first Mrs. Rochester. So there's kind of a literate reference in there as well, and it's apparently fantastic. So I've read loads of other stuff first, but I haven't read that, so that's my must-read that. And the last thing I'm looking forward to reading over the summer, and I've only picked 4 because actually I read quite slowly. I'm very intelligent, but I read quite slowly, and there's no shame in that, because I like to really take in what I'm reading. So I'm probably not going to get through more than about 4 or 5 books in the summer. I've got hoovering and washing to do as well. Right, so Richard Eyre's Talking Theatre. This was a book that I bought on recommendation, and this guy here has been a huge influence in theatre as a theatre director, and you can see the list of all the names of all the other famous people, famous directors down the side who he has interviewed and discussed working with, and it's generally linked to a lot of the National Theatre, which is the big main theatre in London. So Mr. Purcell borrowed this when I first bought it, and he said it was absolutely fantastic. So I'm looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into that and finding out more about my subject, which I love, which is obviously drama. So yeah, that's my book list for the summer.